for Bulldog, for example. Like you worked with him a lot as Papa Shango.
I worked with him as Papa Shango. When I was in the Right to Censor, he was with Lex Luger, and me and Tatanka had a lot of matches against him there. He wasn't part of our crew. I didn't hang out with him. Never had any problems with him. Nice guy. He was a jokester. Got along with most people. Got nothing bad to say about him. But like I said, we had our wrestling life, and then we had our nightlife, and he wasn't part of our nightlife. There's so many guys, and I know everybody thinks we're all just buddies, and it's not that we aren't friends, but at night you do different things. What he did at night, I have no idea. He wasn't going to strip clubs like we were, and but what he did, I have no idea.
And Bob Backlund was a guy that had a lot of years in. By the time you got to him too, like talk about old Bob Backlund,
Like the guy, I thought he was a little loony, but I liked him. I worked with him as Papa Shango, and Chief Chase Strombo used to say those were some of the worst matches that he ever seen in his life, because it was hard to work with Bobby as a voodoo man, and because Bobby did some little leg sweep thing. It was hard, and maybe I wasn't good enough at what I did to work with him, but they were just horrible matches because Bobby wasn't really selling the voodoo. And that was my whole thing, was the voodoo. So those were really, I only had a few matches against Bobby, but they were really terrible. But nice guy. I like him. Really good dude. He's out there, but good dude.
Stayed in good shape throughout his career.
He's probably still stretching people. He's a shooter. He's the real deal. So you don't want him to tie you up because he put a hurting on you.
Bret Hart was another guy that you later on, talked about Davey, but Bret Hart, man.
Bret I hung out a lot with. Good dude, great family. I loved his, God rest his soul, on his brother Owen. But great family, great dude. Actually, at one time, Pat Patterson he told Bret that he didn't want him to work. I think Bret wrote about this in his book. But Pat told him that I would hurt his career, and I couldn't work, and I couldn't do this, and it was going to bring him down. And he said, no, that dude can work, and I'm going to work with him, and I have no problem. So he really stood up for me. And we had some really good matches. I think me and Bret were the first main event on Saturday night main event. Me and Bret Hart were the first ones to do it in the main event. I was Papa Shango. So I think I had some good matches against Bret, some really good matches as Papa Shango. He did stand up for me. So, good dude. Nothing but love and respect I said to that whole family.
Did you hear about that at the time, that Pat Patterson may not have liked the gimmick, or maybe he was a little too old school?
Bret told me. Bret told me, hey, it's going back so long ago, but I think Bret was more like, hey, if you're going to try to get somebody to change their opinion of you, you might want to have Pat. He goes, because Pat doesn't have really high regards for you. But I will tell you this, at the end, me and Pat were good friends. And I've had drinks with Pat, and we were good friends at the end, so there you go. What's cracking, lacking, everybody? WWE Hall of Famer, the Godfather here, and you're watching Title Match Network. Check it out. Peace.